Good morning, good morning, good morning, you guys. Good morning. In this live training, we're going to be exploring the power of the word no and how it can be a catalyst for meaningful discussions as well as positive change. Today, we're going to learn how to use no effectively to set boundaries, spark dialogue, and drive progress. But before we get into this live training today, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Coach ToniaLewis. I am a business and mindset success coach, right? So today, we're going to talk about the power of no, right? We're going to highlight 3 bullet points today in this live training. It's not going to be a long live training, but we're going to highlight 3 bullet points today. And we're going to discuss these points. And I'm going to also give you some solutions or strategies to help you overcome the fear of the word no, because no doesn't end the conversation. No starts the conversation. So the first thing I want to talk to you in the first bullet point is the power of no. Do you really understand how powerful your no is, right? When you understand how powerful your no is, you understand your limits. First off, you understand your limits. And when you start understanding your limits, you'll be able to identify and acknowledge your personal and professional boundaries, right? You'll also be able to make a list of situations where saying no is necessary for your well-being. And when you understand your limits, it allows you to reflect on your past experiences where saying yes led to some negative outcomes. So it's very important that you understand the power of no. It is so powerful, right? So understanding your limits by saying no are key. The next thing when it comes to the power of no, the power of no allows you to communicate clearly, right? I want you guys, number one, to get in the habit or start practice using assertive but polite language to say no. For instance, using the I statements to express your reasons. And for example, I need more time to complete this task effectively, right? That is saying no, but you're saying no in a polite way. And when you start communicating clearly the word no, you will be able to set expectations by explaining what you can and you cannot do, right? And it's also powerful to know that when you say no, you can stand firm on saying no, right? When you start thinking about the word no, I want you to remind yourself of the importance of maintaining your boundaries for long-term success and well-being. No is a statement, right? And no could simply mean not right now. Now is not the time. So when you're thinking about the power of no, don't look at the word no as something that's final, right? Look at the word no as, look, not right now. This may not be the time for me to purchase that. This may not be the time for me to embark on that particular opportunity, right? So that's the first bullet point. You have power with the word no, and understand your power, communicate it clearly, and stand firm on it. The second bullet point is no as a conversation starter, right? A lot of times when we say no, we think that's the end of it, right? No is also a conversation starter, right? The key thing is, number one, open with empathy. That means start your conversations by acknowledging the other person's needs or feelings. And I'm going to give you an example. I understand this is important to you, right? That's acknowledging that person's needs as well as their feelings, right? And the second thing, start using active listening to show you value their perspective. Even if you don't agree with it, that lets them know that you value their perspective. And the third thing, validate their concerns before explaining your no. That means take time to ask those open-ended questions, right? Let them know why you are saying no. That'll help them clearly understand where you're coming from, right? And the next thing, propose alternatives, right? When you're going to say no, give them alternatives. Offer solutions or compromise that addresses both parties' needs, right? You may be saying no because now is not a good time for you, right? But give them some solutions on why you're saying no, and maybe later on that may be a yes, or just give them a clear understanding. Okay, hey, no is my final answer, and this is the reason why, right? And sometimes you can suggest a different timeline or method to achieve that same goal. So I encourage you to brainstorm to find mutually beneficial outcomes for your no. And the third thing I want you to do when you're thinking about no as a conversation starter, the follow up. That's one thing that we often don't pay attention to, the follow up. Sometimes you need to schedule a follow up discussion to revisit the topic and assess the progress of that no. And you can start doing that by making sure you're keeping the lines of communication open for future dialogues and provide some constructive feedback to encourage ongoing collaboration, right? So those are the three things when you're thinking about no as a conversation starter. Take time to open with empathy, propose alternatives, and follow up. And the third bullet point, overcoming the fear of no. The first thing I need you to do is shift your mindset. We have got to start reframing saying no as a positive act of self-care and boundary setting. Take time to recognize that no can lead to better quality work and healthier relationship. Just simply saying no, because now you establish clear boundaries, clear expectations on what you're expecting from that no. And take time to remind yourself that rejecting a request is not a rejection of the person. Because I say no right now doesn't mean I'm rejecting you. It may not be a good time. That may be something that I'm not interested in. I may have a few more questions about what you're offering, right? So no right now may not be that I'm not going to do it. It may be simply that, hey, not at this particular stage. I may need a little more information. Follow back up with me at a later date to see how I'm feeling about that no. And its second bullet point for overcoming the fear of no, practice self-affirmation. I can't stress this enough. Use an affirmation to build your confidence and the ability to say no, right? Exemplifies your boundaries, and it makes your boundaries valid and important. So take time to reflect on successful instances where saying no led to positive outcomes, right? And I want you to start keeping a journal to track your progress and reinforce your commitment to assertiveness, right? Then the next thing I want you to do, seek support. You can even join a peer group. You can join my coaching group. You can join a workshop focused on assertiveness and communication skills, right? And then when you do that, start being vocal. Start sharing your experiences and strategies with others to create a supportive community, right? I want you to understand, no is not the end of the conversation. No is the starter for the conversation, right? When you look at the word no, that no can be the catalyst, right? The driving factor to meaningful discussions as well as positive change, right? I want you guys to understand, no will help you set clear boundaries, spark dialogue, and drive progress. But you can't be afraid of the word no. No is a conversation starter. Your job is to follow up, ask those open-ended questions so that you can get clarity on that no, so that you can be able to communicate better with that no. You can set clear expectations, clear boundaries, right? And you'll be able to revisit that no. And if you're trying to sell something, that no, right, is your conversation starter. That gives you the opportunity to learn everything about that particular person and why they're saying no. So that can be eventually a future yes. Look, you guys, my name is ToniaLewis. I am your mindset and business success coach. I hope this live training helps you. For more information, make sure you click the link that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you need some resource material, also click that link, right? If you need some additional training or coaching or mentoring or consulting, please click that link as well. Look, I'll see you guys again in our next live training. You guys have an amazing day, and don't let no scare you. No is a conversation starter. It's not the end of the world. Look forward to talking to you again soon.